It's time for Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a podcast for people who love chickens.
Hey everybody, and welcome. It's Chrisie&Holly from Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. We're here, and this is episode number 189 of our podcast, where we talk about everything chicken, family, fun, and
more chickens.
More chickens. We drink a ton of coffee. I'm talking a ton. But most importantly,
we hug chickens every day.
And we kiss them too, don't forget. We brew coffee from a little coffee roaster in Houston, Texas. Bright and early coffee. Holly Ann, what kind of coffee are we brewing today?
Today we're back to the native pecan.
It's really good. You guys got to check this out. So use our code CWTCL15 for 15% off bagged coffee. And K-Cups always ship free when you get them. Holly, where should everybody go to get this coffee?
brighthandearlycoffee.com.
And or go to Amazon and follow them on social media. Are you ready to sip some of this delicious coffee and chat?
I am. But first, a word from our sponsor.
We have some exciting news to share from our sponsor, Grubbly Farms. They're here, new and improved, Grubbly's World Harvest.
I'm a longtime subscriber, and my flock love the healthy, nutritious treats, plus orders $40 and more ship free.
If you haven't heard, Grubbly's has a fantastic layer pellet and crumble feed. It's packed with plant and insect protein, perfect for those picky chickens and ducks.
Grubbly Farms makes food and treats for healthy pets and planet.
To support us and Grubbly Farms, use the link grubbly.co/coffee. Try it today. Okay. How are you doing?
Okay, I think. Still tired. It was a long, crazy 4 days, but it was good.
It was such the experience. Oh, it was amazing. It was an amazing weekend of building connections, community, and friendships. That's what it was. I mean,
we're
amazing.
talking about Murrayfest Midwest. We are freshly returned. We've been home for 2 days, 3 days.
And we're on the mic, man, but we're tired. I took a nap the last 2 days because I'm tired.
I napped yesterday, but I couldn't nap today. So tomorrow there's more napping in my future.
The 4th of July, your favorite day.
Oh, I forgot. You know how I love it.
I know you love the 4th of July.
You know I love it so well.
So let's talk about Murrayfest Midwest, because this was the place to be this weekend. If you're in the chicken community, if you're in the homestead community, if you're just a hobby farmer, whatever you were, I mean, this place had so many people in one place to talk to get to know everything.
It was 4 days packed with stuff. I mean, it's a lot to unpack when you get right down to it.
My suitcase is still unpacked upstairs.
Mine too. Mine too. Yeah.
And if you followed along with us, I try to keep our stories going to give everybody a look into every day, how things were going. And then we had a long travel back with layovers and stuff. So then I tried to put some pictures up and everything, just so that everybody could get a look into what was going on. And let me tell you, we met the most really cool people that just came up. And thanks to McMurray Hatchery for putting themselves out there, for hosting this, for doing this. And thank you for the bougie coffee tent. It was the place to be.
The coffee tent was fantastic. It was like the party tent. Everyone wanted to come and be in the party tent. And there were so many great people there. Twain Lockhart showed up from Nutrina.
We met Bryce and Amy in person from the Good Egg Company. That was so awesome to meet them in person.
Mark
Loved
and
it.
Katie Metzer were there. That was a lot of fun.
The Metzers were representing, so that's good.
And, you know, all the McMurray family, Ginger and Tom and Ashley, and just all those fantastic people that made us feel so welcome and extended so much hospitality. It was fantastic.
Let's just talk about the Watkins family and how amazing this family is. The kids, Ashley, Tom's parents, Bud. They just opened up their home to us. Thank you for having us. We had a blast. And now we need to sleep for 3 weeks because we partied so hard for 4 days.
Seriously.
It was just fun, just meeting people, educating, and making those connections and community. And that is important in this, because if you have a problem with your chickens, you need people that you can go to that are like-minded as you, right? And bounce stuff off of. We talk about this all the time. And I think in the very beginning, we did an episode about chicken community. This is what helps build that community up and helps you get with the people that you need to get with that want the same things in life as you and do the same things and build that community. And that's so important.
Also, a gigantic thank you to all of our listeners, both old and new, who came out to both of our talks. We had wonderful folks at our talks. They asked great questions.
Yeah, so much fun.
Oh, and before I forget, I want to say a special thank you to Jenny. Jenny hung out with us for quite a while on Saturday and Sunday too, I think. And Jenny went and bought one of Janet Garman's books and gave it to me as a gift. And that was so, so kind.
That was so sweet. I have to say, if we're there next time, those 2 seats across from us, the cushy seats, they need to have mics hooked up so that we can do interviews as we go. Because
absolutely,
that would be, you step in, you get interviewed, and that would be an amazing thing to add to this.
Agreed.
And we answered lots of chicken questions, and we hope we help some folks, and we hope that we educate it and also build those relationships. So what a fun time. I mean, you're getting the full debrief now because we're only 2 days out. So yeah, it was amazing. So on that note, if you're listening to our show and you're loving it, head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a written review. It does amazing things for the growth of our show. While you're there, hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss an episode. It's a free way to help us grow. And they count them. They count them both on Spotify and on Apple. And give us a 5-star over at Spotify. We would love it.
If you're looking for other ways to help support the show, you can tell a few chicken-loving friends about us. You can share your favorite episodes on social media. You can check out our Etsy shop, t-shirts, tank tops, logo mugs. You can become a patron of the show, patreon.com/coffeewiththechickenladies. Our patrons help support this podcast. An enormous thank you to all of them.
Oh, we met some patrons out there this weekend. It was great. Candace, shout out to Candace. She was there.
Yes, we saw Candace. It was wonderful to meet her in person.
It's great.
The other thing you can do to help support the show is visit our website and our show notes, use our affiliate links and discount codes, and buy products from our sponsors.
Yay!
If you're looking for a chicken coop that's produced in a planet-friendly, sustainable way, try Nestera.
Each coop is made from highly durable, 100% recycled plastic that keeps the equivalent of up to 2,000 shampoo bottles out of a landfill.
Their clean, modern design will fit into any garden or run area and comes with an industry-beating 25-year warranty and a range of handy accessories.
Simple to put together, so quick and easy to clean, and most importantly, red mite resistant. Your chickens will love it.
Quick shipping from Nestera.us.
For a 5% discount, use the affiliate link in our show notes, on our website, and on Instagram. Link in bio. Check them out today.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you like subscription boxes?
Does it have anything to do with chickens?
Of course.
Then yeah. Let me take a minute to tell you about the Chicken Love Box. If you love goodies for your chickens and you need to go to chickenlove.com.
I love the mega box. Tons of useful products for my flock and a chicken tea for me.
You can't go wrong with a chicken tea. They are so cute and so soft.
In the April box, I absolutely love the chick leg bands and the organic soap set with hen decoration.
I am loving the Chicken Spirit long sleeve tee, and those chick vitamins, they could save a chick for sure.
Boxes start at $39 a month. They ship immediately after your order, and shipping is always free.
Such a great deal. Don't wait. Get off the nest and click already. Use the code CWTCL50 for 50% off your first box of a 3-month subscription or more. That's chickenlove.com. That's chickenluv.com. Get your subscription today.
The Breed Spotlight is brought to you by Murray McMurray Hatchery, defining quality for generations. For over a century, Murray McMurray Hatchery has remained a trusted family-owned business, working tirelessly to ensure our poultry meet the highest standards.
Whether you are an experienced enthusiast or just embarking on the journey, look to McMurray Hatchery for guaranteed quality, rare and heritage breeds, low minimums, and all the supplies you need to raise your flock. Request a free catalog today. It's time for the Breed Spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you sounded like the Wicked Witch of the West. I don't know what's happening over there.
I could be the laughing chicken.
You're the laughing chicken.
Okay, so this week's Breed Spotlight, we're doing
the Ayam Ketawa, also known as the laughing chicken.
And just thinking about it makes me laugh. Now, this chicken, we've watched videos before, and you want to laugh along with this crow that's a laugh. It's amazing.
This is like one of our favorite roosters of all time because you can't listen to it and not feel happy.
And you know what? If your rooster man was this rooster, you would be like, he makes me laugh all the time.
That's why the girls love him.
They're like, oh, I want an Ayam Ketawa because he just makes me laugh all the time. He's such a comedian.
Now the hens, the Ayam Ketawa hens are very pretty birds. But the rooster is the one that has all the fame because they have one of the most distinct crows in the world. And again, it never fails to make us happy. Ayam Ketawa, translated, means laughing chicken in Indonesian. And that is exactly what this crow sounds like. Laughter.
It
and
does.
Not a little bit of laughter, a little giggle. No, it's like laughing.
It is like laughing.
So we have just a little clip because we wanted you to have the opportunity to hear the laughing chicken. Here we go. Big thanks to Greenfire Farm for letting us play their audio clip.
Now, don't you want to laugh like a million times with this chicken? I do.
Yes.
It's like, I laugh a lot anyway. And, you know, I don't know. Ginger Stevenson found us in our hotel room Saturday night at Murray Fest because of my laugh.
I was the one making you laugh. It's a team effort. But yeah, you have a very loud and distinctive laugh, I would say.
But so I'm like the log crower, but a girl. But here we go. Yeah, I just love the fact that, you know, it comes out as a laugh, as something as we would think of that way.
It starts off like a little bit of a crow that's going to be like prolonged. And then it goes into that laugh. And you're like, where the heck did that come from?
Where'd that come from, man?
Now, as you said, this type of chicken is a long crower, though their laugh is unique amongst that group.
Right.
Long crowers developed in Asia a couple of thousand years ago. The earliest known mention of a long crower is from China in 50 BC.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Now, from China, the long crower family spread out. They went north and east to the Balkans, and they went south to Indonesia.
Right.
The Ketawa was developed in Sulawesi, Indonesia, and it was once kept by the royal family. It is considered to be part of the area's cultural heritage. Now, you and I have watched this before, and it is so much fun. Every year, a contest is held to determine the best laughing cock. You can see some of the videos on YouTube. They're absolutely hilarious. The winner of the contest is awarded the Sulawesi Governor's Cup. I mean, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. We've watched it together. I mean, it is something you've got to see and hear to really know that it exists. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. Now, these are standard sized birds, okay? They're not big, they're not small, they're just right in the middle, but on the lighter bodied side. Now, the hens are usually going to weigh in around 4 to 5 pounds, while the roos are more likely to be between 5 and 7. So they're right there. You know, like they can be lighter bodied or they can be right where they need to be.
Right.
They have straight single combs and slate colored legs. I love me some slate colored legs.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no standard for their appearance. So they come in a variety of colors, including a pretty brown and lovely speckled birds. So both the hens and the roos are beautiful. You know, we always talk about this, that the boys get all the good looks.
Right.
And the girls get all, you know, the normal feathers, but they're still just as beautiful. So the boys and girls both look good. Okay.
Yeah, the girls are pretty in like a brown leghorn way. Like it's not just plain brown.
Right.
There are other colors mixed in.
Right.
And the speckled Ketawas are just beautiful little things.
Now, the Ketawa hens are respectable layers of creamy white eggs. We've been on a white egg thing lately. We want everybody to don't like not get chickens because they're white eggs and it messes up your rainbow eggs. They make those other colors pop in your basket.
They do.
So you need some white egg layers in there, and they're going to average about 150 eggs per year, and they are known to go broody. So you know, that's going to affect your number. 150 is a little bit less than where you want if you want just an egg layer. But if you have a laughing chicken, if you have a boy and the boy's laughing, you're going to be the talk of the town with this chicken. It doesn't matter about eggs at that point.
I was a little surprised that they lay so many because a lot of times these birds, they've not been selected for laying.
We've seen them where they come in at like 80, a year and stuff like that. So 150, I mean, you think about you want 200 plus to be respectable, kind of in that, not respectable. I shouldn't say that. I should say average, right?
Right.
But yeah, 150 is not terrible. And it's, what you're going to get with them.
The Ayam Ketawa isn't just a novelty breed with a funny crow. They're excellent foragers, and they do make a really good addition to a permaculture or a regenerative ag system. I mean, because they poop.
I mean, and like we said, they're respectable layers, and the eggs are medium to small. So you're going to, get like a medium-sized egg that you can use for whatever you need to use, right? They will hatch eggs for you too, which is another good thing. So they could have another use on a homestead if you want a broody hen. On mine, I don't want a broody hen. I'm fighting with a broody cochin named Francesca right now. Big time, every day.
I'm still fighting with the broody Barnevelder cupcake, so I don't need a broody hen either. But if you are hatching the natural way and you want a broody to raise your chicks, this would be a good one.
They would be. I mean, they're really gorgeous. I mean, it's just nice. It's relaxing to sit there and watch them scratch and peck, look for bugs and good food.
Yeah, they're quick moving, kind of like the Mediterranean. So it really is entertaining to watch them do their thing.
It's that chicken TV thing. Now, here's a question. Where do you get them? We have some friends that are going to help you get them.
Greenfire Farms
offer
chicks and occasionally hatching eggs for sale. They imported 2 different bloodlines in 2019, and they are the only source for legally imported Ketawas in the United States.
Love Greenfire Farms. They do some really awesome work over there. Mm-hmm. So go over there and support them if this seems like a chicken for you. If you want to be laughing all the time,
it's going to delight you and irritate your neighbors. So maybe make sure you have a decent amount of acreage before you invest in the Ketawa.
Definitely. So if you have them, give us some pictures. Hit the mention button on the stories. You can't just tag us. You have to hit it. It's a little thing that says mention. If you put our name in, it goes directly to a message to us and we can reshare your story. So if you have them, please share pictures.
Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of backyard ducks? Look no further than Metzer Farms, your premier destination for top quality waterfowl. Whether you're a seasoned breeder or just starting out, Metzer Farms has everything you need to elevate your flock to the next level. And if you're passionate about call ducks, you're in for a treat.
Metzer Farms hatches a stunning variety of call ducks, meticulously bred for their miniature size, beauty, and calm temperament. From snowy whites to vibrant colors, each duck is a masterpiece waiting to grace your backyard. Visit MetzerFarms.com today to browse their extensive selection and start your journey into the wonderful world of waterfowl. Metzer Farms, where passion meets perfection. Roosty's proudly sponsors Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. They're back with an innovative new product. You're going to want to check this out.
It's an extra large set, a 14-pound feeder in 3-gallon water with steep anti-roost lids. They're made of super durable material. You can either stand them on legs or hang them on brackets on your coop or fence. They're easy to remove and clean too. Plus, they look awesome.
We personally use Roosties and we're huge fans. So if you're raising chicks or keeping chickens, check out the Roosty store on Amazon or follow the link in our show notes.
UK chicken lovers, this one's for you. Get happy, healthy hens with ECONourish's live Calci worms. Enrichment, nutrition, and protection in one tasty, sustainable pack. Scientifically proven to support glossy feathers, strong laying and skeletal health,
protect from disease, and improve gut health and immunity. You'll also bust flock stress by stimulating natural instincts and get eco-bragging rights. Visit econourish.co.uk and use the code COFFEE15 for 15% off your first order. Your chickens and the planet will hug you for it. Okay, so let's move on to main topic. Yeah. Now, we wanted to do a main topic that is kind of going to help you in the middle of July right now and know a little bit more about your bird. So we want to explain this week all about combs and wattles.
Right. Combs and wattles are some of the most distinguishing features on chickens. But when you think about it, how much do we really know about them?
Everybody's like, what is this for? So this is why we want to explain this today.
we're going to take a step back and we will tell you that the chicken's nearest relative, which is the jungle fowl, does have combs and wattles. Not all birds do. The jungle fowl does. And once you start looking at the comb and wattles, one of the most striking things about them is that color, that bright red color.
Right.
So where do they get that? So we looked into this because honestly, we didn't know the answer either. It turns out that bright red skin is because of the melanin in their dermis or their upper skin layers.
Right.
A substance called pheomelanin provides the red coloring in the chicken's faces, combs, and wattles, and that same substance actually affects their feather colors as well.
So before we get into everything else about them, let's talk about comb shapes because there's lots of different shapes out there and different types of combs that you can pick from with your chickens.
Absolutely.
So the most popular comb is the straight, definitely, no doubt.
Yeah, by far the most common. There's also the rose comb. I'd say that's probably number 2.
Pea comb, which is a little less prominent in chickens.
The walnut, which you see on silkies and a few other breeds.
The V comb, which my friends, the Houdans have, and also the Polish. That's one of those that they share the same V comb. It is super cool.
Whole top hat family has that V comb. There's the crown that you find on the Sicilian buttercup.
There's the strawberry comb, which is on the Malay.
And the cushion comb, which you also find on some of the Asian game birds.
So those are all the types. Now, I want to tell you right now, both of us, the primary job of these wattles, it's heat regulation. And this is why we want to talk about it right now, because we're in the middle of summer.
Right. Essentially, all that red skin around their face, their wattles, and their comb acts like a heat diffuser. The heat comes up into the skin and it evaporates off.
Now, you'll notice chickens who are more prone to heat or who are from warmer climates like the Mediterraneans, they have bigger wattles, right? And combs because they need more heat regulation.
They do. And the converse is true as well. Big fluffy birds who are from cold areas have much smaller combs.
Right.
Think of the pink comb on the Brahma.
So how those wattles work is when they take a drink of water, nice cool water, the wattles go in the water and help cool the body down by going in the water. You can also regulate it that way by keeping some nice cool water on them and wetting them. Those are like the pressure spots. Do you remember in middle school when they told us we had no AC in our middle school? It was horrible.
Oh, yeah, it was hot.
And they would send you to the bathroom and say, get a wet paper towel of cold water and put it on like behind your ears, your wrists.
Your pulse points, essentially.
Right, to cool yourself down. This is kind of the same premise for chickens and the wattles.
Right. So if they do get wet wattles, they're cooled by the evaporating water.
Yeah.
And just the heat disbursement from that skin. They've got so many feathers. The combs and wattles are this nice flat skin place to just let that heat diffuse.
Exactly. Now, the wattles and the comb also have another job.
Sexual selection is a big factor in comb color. Essentially, the roosters have these great big bright combs and wattles, and they shake them at the hens in
Hey,
an effort
baby.
to entice them. I'm not sure if that works the way those boys think it does.
So now if they laugh and shake the wattles, they'll be like, I make you laugh and I look good. Come on over to my place tonight. I'll make you laugh and have fun.
God. Ricardo Montalban used to do this thing. And if you're new to the show, Ricardo Montalban is a Jersey Giant rooster that I used to have. He was enormous. He was 15 pounds on the day he died and had some of the biggest comb and wattles I ever saw. And he would get a drink, so the wattles would dip in the water. He would come up out of the water and flip his head back like he was some kind of a fashion model, and the water would be running down his wattles. He would shake them and look at the hens like, hey, baby. And they were like, no.
They're like, nah, you're doing nothing for me, man.
No,
Whatever.
that's not happening, no. But he thought it did. He thought they loved it.
Now, the other thing that combs and wattles can do is tell you a lot about the health of your chicken.
Yes.
So they will be richer in red colors during egg laying and reproductive times.
That's one of the
Hormones
things-
are up.
Right. And so a pullet's comb getting red is a signal to a rooster that she's reaching sexual maturity.
We get a lot of questions about my little girl it's a pullet, then the comb is starting to get red. There's something wrong. No, they're growing. They're growing.
So it indicates sexual maturity. That can also tell us that your hen may be getting ready to lay soon. It can also signify good health or illness.
Like dehydration and poor circulation. So dehydration, the comb may look pale. It may droop a little bit if it's a bigger comb. The comb can also, with poor circulation, look purpley on the end.
Yeah.
A lot of chickens with super big combs have us in the morning because they've been roosting the entire night. They got to get up and move everything going. Sometimes it's not a problem if you see that on there. Lucy, I see it on there a lot. It's just circulation. It's just that blood's got to get circulating through.
Well, I've seen that on all of my big roosters. That includes Casper the Swedish Flower, my big Australorp boys, and honestly on both of my Andalusians, both of those hens. I think when you have a lot of comb real estate, it's just a little tinge of circulation there.
Yeah, it's just waking up. Or sometimes if it's really hot, it can kind of change the color of the comb also. I mean, it's really doing its job to cool the chicken down at that point.
We also see color change during molting.
Oh, heck yes. It's going to go to a pale pink or a pink. And also, if they have parasites and they're, getting something that's feeding, all those things, you're going to see that paleness in the comb. The comb can tell you a lot about the chicken's health. And we tend to look at our combs a lot of our chickens.
Absolutely. So we receive this information, but the other people who also receive this information are the rest of the flock.
Right. They're looking. I mean, they see colors better than us. So believe me, they can see these colors.
And so they keep an eye on that. And if they see someone looking a little pale and acting a little more slow, somebody who's jockeying for position, who's maybe number 2 or number 3 hen, may decide to stage a coup.
Right. So you have to watch that. And the other thing is chickens with very large combs, they can just have pecking injuries. We've had this happen before. And, those combs can bleed a lot.
Oh, yeah, they can. They can. Every now and again, my Nankin bachelor flock, someone will get a little feisty and bite someone else's comb. And it can be a bloodbath. You got to get it cleaned up fast.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to be putting pressure on it for a little while. If it's a small spot, I've done this before. You can use Quick Stop powder on the comb itself.
Yep.
And that's what you use on the nails, right? It's the same premise. It's going to help cut down the bleeding. If you don't have that, a good substitute is cornstarch. It works also, something to kind of clog it up and stop it because it will bleed a lot. Bacterial and fungal infections are also possible with combs and wattles.
Especially fancy combs like the walnut that has a lot of crevices.
Oh, yeah.
I had a silky cross for several years who would occasionally get yeast infections in the crevices of her comb.
Right. You got to look for moisture. So if it's a rain or they're getting water in that comb, I think it was Trisha, our friend Trisha Schumacher, who was talking about using the cotton swab and going in between all the crevices of Poppy's comb and just drying it and cleaning it. Because just like anything, if you have folding skin, you can have things growing in there.
Right.
Same thing with the combs. Same thing.
Absolutely. And I guess to finish, we can say we already know the comb is a big indicator of health. But there are some diseases that really manifest specifically on the comb, like fowl pox.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously, because the comb is so much about heat and cold regulation, there are temperature-related things you can do with both. The first is that if you have a bird that's overheating, like experiencing heat stress,
right,
get them someplace cool and you can put a cold compress on their comb.
That's what I was talking about. We did in middle school to the PowerPoints. It's the same thing with the comb on the chicken. You can put coolness on that comb to bring down the body temperature.
Right.
It's like they went to Deep Creek Middle or something. You know what I mean?
Cold compresses have their value. The other thing is frostbite.
Right.
So just remember that there are so many blood vessels in that naked skin that it does need protection from frostbite.
So if you get the best of both worlds and you have hot and cold, you're going to need to watch them and do certain things on each season to kind of keep them going.
Right.
Okay. So if you have any questions, anything at all, message us, email us. We will answer them to the best of our ability. We definitely want to help educate you. That way you know what you're dealing with your chickens. Are you ready to move on to?
Cracking the eggs.
Cracking those eggs. Now, we kind of are sticking with kind of the same type of like, we're going with today's is the Thai inspired omelet.
It's really neat. It's just a little different way to cook an egg. It's pretty simple, but you can jazz it up. This is a really easy dish. It was inspired by a thin omelet that's traditionally made in Thailand. It is quick, it is easy to make, and it can be part of a delicious light lunch or really any meal if you wanted to.
Exactly.
The omelet is traditionally served with raw vegetables and steamed rice. We love it over steamed broccoli and rice with a splash of soy sauce. It's also delicious with some fresh sprouts, bean sprouts, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And if you like it spicy, you can add some chili sauce or some chopped hot peppers.
You can also add some chopped meat or seafood to this omelet, which is really good too.
Yeah, that fancy it up.
Okay, so let's go through the ingredients. We have 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil for the frying, 1 egg, or if you want a bigger omelet, you can go 2 eggs if you like, a half a teaspoon of fish sauce, 1 to 2 cleaned and chopped scallions or spring onions, steamed rice and veggies or choice for however you want to serve it. And the sauces, you're going to do the fish sauce, the soy sauce, or other sauces.
Yeah, if you want to do multiple batches, just multiply everything by the amount of eggs you want to put in. You want to do 4 eggs, 2 teaspoons of fish sauce.
Right, exactly.
Crack your egg into a small mixing bowl. Add the chopped green onions, the fish sauce, and beat it together with a fork. Essentially scramble it without adding.
Exactly. You're mixing your egg together here.
You want a small to medium frying pan, and you're going to heat the oil until it's just about smoking hot. Pour the egg into the center of the pan, give it a little tilt to spread it, and let it fry for a minute or so. It's going to go quickly because your pan is hot.
Oh, yeah.
Fry it for about 1 to 2 minutes until it's starting to get a little golden on the edges and underneath. Use a fork or a thin spatula to flip it to the other side and cook it for another minute or 2. Turn off the heat and serve the Thai omelet on a bed of warm steamed rice with veggies and your choice of sauces.
And there you go.
If you want to make multiple omelets, do all your ingredients together, just pour them into the frying pan when it is hot.
Right, exactly. And the thing I like about this is it's a quick cook, so you can cook the rice and the veggies beforehand. So if your bestie wants to come over and talk chickens, you can sit down and have a very quick lunch together, and it's healthy, it's different. It's a different take on eggs. This is what we're going for every week. Everybody gets bored with egg stuff, but there's a million things to do with these eggs. So, hey, let's do the Thai inspired. It's really fun. Try it. You might like it. Let us know. Send us pictures. Let us know what you think.
It's super easy and you can make it look really pretty.
Okay, so let's move on to retail therapy. Retail therapy. Yeah. This week's retail therapy.
We're talking about Hobby Farms and Chickens magazine.
Because they're out there and they're really good. And they have some really good articles. And we just wanted to let everybody know they're out there.
Chickens magazine is targeted to the backyard chicken keeper. The articles are all about chickens. And there's some really good stuff in there about things to look out for, new products that are coming out, health problems, pretty much anything you could ask for. It's another good reference to have in your arsenal for chicken information.
And if you're a person who loves magazines, that's me. I love a physical paper magazine to flip through, like on a plane when you're flying or just when you're sitting there, because you can it's not something you have to dive 100% in for hours. Right. You can come and go. It's great. I mean, and if you're a chicken lady, chicken guy, there's a magazine out there. Now, the Hobby Farms has everything else plus chickens in it too.
Hobby Farms is a little more farmish in nature. So there's a lot more things about animal husbandry, but there's also a recipe.
Right. There's canning. There's different ways to preserve your food, egg stuff, all different kinds of animals.
Right. Lots of livestock stuff. Yeah. They both have really wonderful articles. They're both published 6 times a year. And you can either subscribe or get it at like your local TSC.
I like the fact that you don't have to subscribe, that you can get it at the store. Some magazines, you can't get it anywhere. You have to subscribe. And I feel like, sometimes you just want one issue or two issues. You can go to the TSC and just walk in and buy them there. They're great. And exactly. I feel like I really love that aspect of it. Or if you're just I'm that impulse magazine buyer that I'm like, oh, that looks good, I'm going to buy that. So I love it, love it, love it.
They're great. If you haven't looked at them before, check them out. Check out the website as well, because there are some shorter articles up there that can have some really useful stuff.
Okay, so we need to be telling everybody what we're going to be talking about next week.
Next week, we are spotlighting the big, the beautiful, the Bielefelder.
Little Jackie and Janie, yeah.
Next week, we really are doing chicken skin in the integumentary system as our main topic.
For reals.
Cracking the eggs, we're doing... Oh, yeah. Peach meringue pie with oatmeal crust.
Because you need to take that to a party somewhere, that's for sure.
And retail therapy. We're diving back in to see the latest offerings in chicken jewelry.
Because we love some fun chicken jewelry. I mean, we're all about it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so what should we tell everybody to do until next week?
Hug your chickens.
Every day and kiss them too. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to see more of us, please follow us on Instagram at Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. If you'd like to help us grow the podcast, please leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to become a patron of the show, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. Thanks for listening.